Good afternoon. My name's Jude Meyers. I'm Superintendent at Gallia County Local Schools, and I'd like to welcome everybody to our second rendition of School Pride Countywide, Gallia County Local Schools. Gallia County Local Schools serves the entire Gallia County. We currently have 4 elementary schools at Vinton, at Ataville, Southwestern, and Han and Trace. We have River Valley Middle School, we have River Valley High School, and our guests today represent both South Gallia Middle School and South Gallia High School. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the people here at the University of Rio Grande for their courtesy and willingness to share this TV studio with us. This is a great opportunity for us to get our message out, and we couldn't do that without Rio. And I want to remind people of our partnership with them. We currently partner with them. They're working with us on a program to dual license our preschool program. They're working with our high schools for dual credit to allow us to teach our kids college courses in our own buildings. So Rio has been instrumental and a key partner in us furthering education in Gallia County schools. I also want to point out that today's feature is South Gallia and the southern end of the county, but I do want to remind people that are listening to this broadcast and will view this on YouTube that we've done a lot of things different here in the last few years. We've changed some things with our transportation. We currently run dual busing. That means that we run our high school, middle school routes first thing in the morning, followed up with the second route with our elementary kids. What that means is, if you go back 3 or 4 years, we were picking up all our kids early in the morning, but now we've really drastically reduced how much time our students have to spend on a bus. So if you left the county school system because kids were on a bus for an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, we've drastically reduced that. I'd ask you to take a look at that and see if that's something could benefit you. We've also started a preschool initiative. We've got preschools functioning in 4 of our elementary schools, 8 classrooms. They're all 5-star rated, which is the highest rating by the Ohio Department of Education. And fortunately, all those schools are all-day, every-day preschools. So our kids are getting an early start on literacy, and we've got an outstanding staff, and we're serving the needs of those kids. Again, that's a program that we didn't have, a few years ago. We have a Chromebook initiative. I know they'll probably talk a little bit about this today in our broadcast, but our students currently grades 3 through 12 all have Chromebooks that they use in the classroom every day, and I can attest to the fact that in visiting the buildings, they're very well used, and as you know, technology is such an important part of education today, and it's a tool that kids need when they go into the real world, into the job world. Today I know they're going to talk about rigor and the importance of working hard and why our credits mean so much to our kids, making sure that they're prepared when they go beyond the high school years. And then finally, we have a digital program called our Soda Center that's headed up by Scott West, who used to be the South Gallia principal. He's done a phenomenal job organizing that in the preschool, and now our kids have many digital options, and we're doing some wonderful things with that. The way we've done school in the past, where you sit in a seat for 8 hours a day, those days are over, and now we do a lot of blended things, and we offer a lot of opportunities to our kids. So if you haven't visited Gallia County Local Schools and you're not sure what's going on, we'd ask you to take another look and see if this is something that would benefit you and your kids and your family, because we think we do an outstanding job of educating kids and trying to meet their needs as opposed to trying to just meet our own needs. So without further ado, I'm very happy to introduce my guests here today. I am here with 2 important people. The first one I'd like to introduce is Miss Dian Fleming. She's a high school intervention teacher. I had the opportunity to work with Diane on our district leadership team. She's an important leader in South Gallia and an important leader in the district, and she works with kids who are currently served on IEPs. And Diane, can you tell a little bit about yourself and your background?
My name's Dian Fleming, and I have lived in Gallia County all my life. I've actually been through the whole school district from Han and Trace to the old Han and Trace High School where I graduated. I have my undergrad degree here at the University of Rio Grande and my master's degree from Marshall University. My master's degree is in education of the handicapped. So I am an intervention specialist and I really enjoy my job. I also am a national board certified teacher for handicap. And I really love working at South Gallia. We have a great staff, great principal, and I service the 9 through 12, and my concentration is in the math department.
And I can tell you firsthand that Diane is very well respected district-wide, excellent leader. When you say you're nationally certified, that is a credential that doesn't come very easily.
No.
And we're very proud of you for that. And her students benefit from her instruction on a daily basis. So thank you for being here with us today.
You're welcome.
I'd like to also introduce Mr. Bray Shamblin. I met Bray when I came to the district. He actually was the principal at a different building, Attaville Elementary School. And when we moved Mr. Scott West, the building principal, up to the central office to run our preschool initiative and our digital initiative, it was a no-brainer to put Bray out at South Gallia, where he had served as an assistant principal prior to his tenure at Attaville. So I've gotten to know Bray not only on a leadership basis, but on a friendship basis. I will tell you that in many ways he is the face of South Gallia. His family is there. His kids are there. You would be hard-pressed to go to any activity or event and not see him there. And South Gallia is very fortunate to have Bray as their leader down there in South Gallia. And if you want to share a little bit about your background, because it's a little bit in reverse of Diane.
Yeah, I certainly appreciate those sentiments, and that's something that you know, very proud of, to be at South Gallia. But a little bit about me, starting out, I got my undergraduate from the University of Rio Grande, or from Marshall University, and got my graduate degrees from the University of Rio Grande. From Marshall, I earned a Bachelor's of Arts in Secondary Education with a focus in Social Studies. And then from the University of Rio Grande, I have 2 master's degrees, one in mild moderate education, students with disabilities, kindergarten through 12th grade, as well as an educational leadership degree, which afforded me the opportunity to earn my principal's license with the state of Ohio. Also have my superintendent's licensure from the University of Rio Grande. So very, very blessed by this local community and the University of Rio Grande as a whole, which has furthered my education and provided an opportunity for me to give back as a product of Gallia County to our youth and to our students of Gallia County. So that's something that I'm very proud of, to be able to work with, and especially at South Gallia, because it's a different different school, a different unique community that is very close-knit, caring community, and certainly very proud to be a part of that area.
And what Bray didn't mention, that he also teaches for the University of Rio Grande right now, if you want to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, one thing that was really unique was this past fall, I had the opportunity with Dr. Nanetta Fultz to talk to incoming and aspiring principals going forward with the principals cohort with the University of Rio Grande's graduate program. Very excited about that opportunity. The class is actually on educational management and policy, which has been very intriguing as we go through the fall semester, but it's also been reinvigorating for myself as well, to be able to talk about things that we deal with day to day, not just things that we can look at in a textbook, but various aspects of school operations, whether it's stealing ideas from those individuals from other districts and bringing them back to South Gallia, or imparting some of the wonderful things that we have to offer at South Gallia High School and South Gallia Middle School, and sharing those out with those other schools and school districts. So that's been a wonderful opportunity.
And we're very proud to have him representing our district as an instructor for the university. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this program over to Mr. Shamblin. I know they've got a lot to cover and not a lot of time to do that, and look forward to listening with you and hearing a little bit about South Gallia.
Sure. We've got a lot of exciting things happening at South Gallia High School and South Gallia Middle School that we're very, very proud of. The school is in its 21st year of education. We are certainly excited about that. Last year we had a wonderful kickoff with our 20th year, and in that 21st year we kind of looked at what can we do going forward for our students, for our school, for our staff, for our community. And one of those aspects is our vision and mission restructuring with our students. This past fall, we've surveyed our students, our staff, and on November 6th, we will survey our community stakeholders and compile those those pieces to create a unique vision and mission statement for the students that we serve today. And we certainly want to make sure that we encompass all the things that our students look for, that our staff looks for, that community in the Mercerville, Patriot, and Crown City area look for when they look for our students and what South Gallia represents. And some of the things that's been interestingly enough that we've found so far have been students are wanting to see what they can do as leaders in our school, which has been very, very exciting for them to step up and ask, what can we do further to be leaders not only in our school but in our community. Our students and staff are looking for caring individuals as well as challenging academic coursework. So those are some of the things that we're initially looking at, and we're certainly excited to continue to develop that and work with our community regarding that vision and mission statement for the school-wide promotion. So we're very excited about those things going on, which also leads to a book that we've been reading as a staff recently, which is The Leader in Me. And that is an initiative that is going district-wide, but it's something that has been very exciting at South Gallia with our staff taking significant ownership in and incorporating the things that they're learning through that book and translating them over into the classroom. So that has been very nice to see from our staff, from our students, again, stepping up and taking those leadership roles because that's ultimately what we want to do. The goal of the school is to ultimately prepare our students to be productive, caring members of society. And in order to do that, they need to have those leadership skills that we can afford them in order for them to be successful in life. So that's something that we're very, very proud of, and I know Diane's going to talk a little bit about the 7 habits of highly effective teens here shortly in that regard a little more extensively. One of the other things that has been exciting this month was we sent our students to the Ohio High School Athletic Association's Leadership Conference. And what's unique about our school is when you get to know us, we're very small as a school. Our numbers are right around 135 to 140 students in the high school. But we sent 30 students to a leadership conference, which I think is an absolute testament to the wonderful opportunities and things that are afforded to our students and students that are wanting and willing to step up in those leadership roles and capacities. So that was exciting to have a large representation at the Ohio State University earlier this month regarding leadership. And bringing those talents and skills back and sharing those out, not only with their peers, but with their athletic teams, and also modeling those leadership roles for the community. So that's been really neat to see.
At this time, we'd like to take a break. My name is Jude Meyers, Superintendent, Gallia County Local Schools. I am here with Ms. Dian Fleming, Intervention Specialist, Mr. Bray Shamblin, Building Principal at South Gallia High School, and we will be right back. We are back with School Pride countywide, featuring South Gallia Local Schools, one of the Gallia County Local Schools, and very pleased to have with me today Ms. Dian Fleming, Intervention Specialist Extraordinaire, and also Bray Shamblin, Building Principal, as we continue to talk about all the unique things that South Gallia brings to Gallia County and the Gallia County Local Schools. So Mr. Shamblin, I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, again, one of the things that we talked about in the first part of the session was leadership, and that continues on with South Gallia. I think when you look at South Gallia, we talked about our small numbers and where we're at, but at the same time, South Gallia is at the forefront in all of Gallia County in terms of bringing in cultural experiences for our students, whether it's through the international student exchange program that we have for our students, and recently we even brought in international teachers as part of an exchange program to work with our staff, and I know Diane will touch a little bit on that here just shortly, but that has been very exciting. Last year we started with 5 students in the international exchange program, and this year that's ballooned to 8. So it's representing 8 countries in a total of 2 years, which has been wonderful for those students to come and see what American culture is like, what education, what an educational setting is like in an American high school, as well as it's been beneficial for our students to be exposed to those various cultures and initiatives from abroad. So it's been a wonderful experience for our students, for our staff to be exposed to, and we're certainly proud of that initiative. Another leadership aspect has been the building leadership teams and teacher-based teams, and Diane is heavily involved in that, and again, she'll share some pieces along with that. And we actually have a couple slides to share with our AP programs. Speaking of those BLTs and TBTs, and this is one aspect that we're certainly proud of, which has been our AP courses. If you notice there on the slide, we went from 15% in 2013, 2014 to 80% in 2017, 2018 of our students in the high school that are identified with gifted services in terms of the ones that are actually being serviced with programs. So we are certainly very proud of enhancing our advanced placement courses, our initiatives in terms of servicing students that are identified as gifted. That is something that we are very, very proud of, and it's absolutely been a testament to our building leadership team as well as our teacher-based teams and what they have been doing in terms of what they can do to enhance the educational experience of our students in terms of rigor in the classroom. If you look at the second slide that is up there in regards to advanced placement program, social studies has seen a significant growth in terms of the offerings over the past few years. And again, this is only year 3 of AP being offered for our students, so that's exciting in the social studies aspect of where we're at. The fourth slide there regarding language and composition, those percentages continue to go up, so we're very, very excited to see what is taking place in our high school with students who are taking advantage of those wonderful opportunities, whether it be AP, dual credit, College Credit Plus. Students are literally begging for those more rigorous classes. Matter of fact, 2 years ago we had 2 students that came to one of our new math teachers and asked if they would be willing to go to the AP trainings, the advanced placement trainings, and receive that certification in mathematics. That way they could take AP calculus. I don't know about you, but when I was in school I was trying to stay as much as I could away from mathematics, but these students are literally begging for classes from a rigorous standpoint, and we couldn't be more proud of them. If you'll look at the next to last slide here, in regards to new opportunities provided for our students, obviously we talked about AP Calculus, which has come on, and we're in our 2nd year of that. Dual credit is coming down the line. This coming spring and summer, we will have an individual from our science department that will be working with AP Biology, AP Statistics, as well as Literacy and Composition. So we're very, very excited. And then for the class of 2019, we have a capstone project that we require of our students to take advantage of that helps prepare them, whether it's for college, whether it's for a technical trade school, or whether it's for their career beyond the high school setting. But we're going to be offering AP Capstone, which we're very, very excited about in regards to those new opportunities. And so a lot of wonderful things going on at South Gallia in terms of rigor. Obviously, a lot of these things would not be possible without the Chromebooks, like Mr. Meyers had stated. And we are certainly excited about the opportunities that continue to be provided from a technology standpoint, from a rigor standpoint, and everything going hand in hand. It's just been a wonderful line of symmetry over the last couple of years.
Okay. So one thing I want to address is the teachers that were with us from Argentina. I really enjoyed the experience I had with the 2 ladies that were in our building. They spent quite a bit of time with me. We had an open share. How did they do something? How did we do something? And one thing that was very interesting, they didn't teach in one building. They were mobile all day. They were going from one high school to another high school to another high school. They taught one class, and that's the only thing they taught, and they would travel around. And they had so many questions to ask me, and I'm a talker, so the day that they came in and sit in my room, they wanted to know how to write an IEP, who is eligible for an IEP, what did it mean for their education with this IEP. So we really got down into an IEP together, and it was very different from what they had in their country. And they wanted to follow me everywhere I went. Like, I took them to the shop and explained what the shop class was. And other teachers helped, but it seemed like they followed me quite a lot, and I had a good time with them. They came back and took pictures and hugged me and thanked me for everything that I had shared with them. So it was a good experience for myself.
And that's what I think is very interesting. In fact, a lot of times I think we get hung up on students and what their experience with that international exchange program, but it was really neat to see the teachers get an opportunity to see what is going on in a different country regarding an educational setting that you don't read about in the newspaper or see on the news or in a book, but it's life right there in front of you and firsthand experience. So I thought that was really, really neat. And I know, Diane, you definitely wanted to share on the 7 habits of highly effective teens. And,
yes.
And,
okay. In our building, we are doing a book study on The Leader in Me, but with our freshmen, we call it our Freshman Focus. We have been given a great book written by Sean Covey, and The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Now, there are 4 teachers in our building, and we have got our freshmen broke down into 4 different groups. And we met this summer, made a plan on how we were going to teach these habits, and we have been overwhelmed with the response from our freshmen. They're enjoying their time, but they're learning these habits. And everybody says, what is this all about? And so the goal of this is to help teens improve self-esteem, okay, and build friendships, peer-resistant relationships, setting goals, becoming leaders, getting along with parents, understanding what a good habit is. One of our first lessons was, what is a habit? They said, oh, bad habit, smoking cigarettes, this, that. And I allow a lot of input with my students. We wrote it all over the board. What was a good habit? What was a bad habit? And all of a sudden, we started erasing all those bad habits and understanding what a good habit really is. Studying, coming to school, all these different things. But with the 7 habits, they're real important. Like the first habit is be proactive. Free to choose, and I'm responsible for my own choices. Then 2, begin with the end in mind. 3, put things first. 4, think and win. 5, seek first to understand, to be understood. 6, synergy. 7, sharpen the saw. And it's like, what is this all about? Okay, we are learning these habits to become a better student, a better person. But right now, everything that I have studied and put together all leads back to leadership. We need to teach these children to become leaders and be proud of themselves. And I really like the definition Sean had. My definition of leadership is communicating to people their worth and potential so clearly they're inspired to see it within themselves. Sometimes our students at home are drugged down. They don't have the support features that they need. They need the teachers, they need the school to give them responsibility, to expect something from them, to set their standards high. Rigor, the word rigor over and over and over we hear. They are learning that rigor means expect more of myself. And once you expect that from a student, they start raising their own bar up higher and higher. And then that's where our leaders come in. They want to lead things. As Mr. Shamblin said, we need to find things for them. They want to be leaders. And sometimes it's not that top student that you think the best grades. They are leaders down below also. And you need to give them opportunities. And I think this program is helping us find some of these leaders or giving them the skills and tools they need to become solid leaders in our school.
Well, I think when you look at, if you've ever read the book, The Leader in Me, in the first chapter it talks about finding that rock star in each person and each individual. And that's something that we definitely try to emphasize at South Gallia. Whether you're in the high school or the middle school, we want to make sure that we seek out that rock star in the school because there's a rock star in every single child that we serve and that we work with, and we definitely want to bring that out and bring out the best in each and every person that we work with, that we serve, whether it's a student in the community or in the schools, a person in the community. We want to work with each one of those individuals and certainly make sure that we're doing our very best to maximize on their potential.
And another feature that I really liked about this program is pushing motivation. We need to find the motivation in our students to learn, to be leaders, to just want to come to school. Because some of them get up in the morning, their parents don't care if they go to school, they don't care if they feed them. We have kids who come to school hungry. They need the motivation. So we're trying to find a lot of different things in our school. And one thing that we have started, it's a contest, it is to build a school crest. And I've had a lot of kids, school crest, what's this all about? What's this all about? It's about school pride, school spirit. And anybody who knows me, I'm pushing that school spirit. We go to pep rallies, I want to be the loudest, you know, and it's just for fun, get the kids all pumped up. But with this school crest, you know, it's a picture or a symbol about your school. It symbolizes the values and aspirations that a school has for its students. And the contest is going to be for the kids to put input into that.
And I think that that's something that we're excited about, those leadership opportunities with our school and with our school crest. So we're very excited about the leadership that we've got going on.
So I know we're running short on time, and I know you have a lot more to cover, so I have a feeling we'll be back here again. This has been School-Wide County Pride, Gallia County Local Schools. Jude Meyers, Superintendent, Dian Fleming, Intervention Specialist Extraordinaire, Bray Shamblin, Building Principal. We thank you for tuning in.